Brother, let me tell you something most men will never hear. You don't lose women because you're unattractive. You lose them because you can't stop talking. Men talk themselves out of desire. They talk themselves out of respect. They talk themselves out of influence. Not on purpose, but because they believe silence is emptiness, when in reality, silence is power. From childhood, you've been programmed to believe communication fixes everything. You were told that if you explain yourself clearly enough, if you prove your intentions, if you put the right string of words together, people, and especially women, will value you. But attraction doesn't work like that. The more you spill, the less she feels. The more you explain, the less she wonders. The more you unwrap yourself, the less there is to discover. Mystery lives in restraint. Think about your most thrilling moments in life. The memories that stuck. Were they the ones where everything was neatly explained? No. They were the moments of tension, the stolen glances, the what if that hung in the air, the silence before the kiss. That same principle runs through human psychology. We crave mystery. We crave uncertainty. We crave the pull of not knowing. If you never allow silence, if you can't resist the urge to fill every pause, you steal that mystery. You rob her of the chance to imagine, to project, to desire. Here's the hard truth. Most men can't sit in silence, because it makes them feel powerless. They interpret a pause as rejection. They think, if I'm not entertaining her, I'm losing her. So they scramble. They joke too much. They over-explain. They over-explain. They overshare. And in that scramble, they send the loudest message of all. I'm afraid you'll leave if I stop performing. Women feel this instantly. They might not call it out, but their body registers it. And nothing kills attraction faster than a man betraying his own self-possession. Remember this. Words create certainty. Silence creates curiosity. Certainty is safe, but it's dull. Curiosity is unsafe, but it's addictive. Desire lives in curiosity. If you want her to think about you, long after you're gone, don't hand her every thought in your head. Leave space. Let her wonder. Let her feel the absence. Imagine two songs. One is a wall of sound, constant, loud, overwhelming. The other is crafted with rhythm, notes, pauses, rests. Which one moves you more? Which one lingers in your chest? It's the pauses that make music powerful. Without them, it's noise. Most men are noise. Endless chatter, nervous jokes, self-promotion. But the man who understands silence, he is music, he is rhythm. He leaves echoes long after he's gone. Women are emotional beings, but don't mistake that for weakness. They're perceptive. They notice everything. Your tone, your body language, your pauses. They know the difference between a man who is silent because he's shy, and a man who is silent because he's centered. Nervous quiet is avoidance. Grounded quiet is presence. When you're comfortable in stillness, she feels it. Your silence has weight. It makes her lean in. It forces her to imagine you, instead of you constantly projecting yourself onto her. So how do you practice this? Cut the excess. Answer questions directly. Don't drown her in backstory. Short, strong answers leave room for her curiosity. Listen with your body. Don't wait for your turn to speak. Let her words land. Let her feel heard without rushing to redirect attention. Hold eye contact. Your gaze speaks when your mouth doesn't. A steady look carries more power than a 5-minute monologue. Pause deliberately. Before you answer, breathe. Those extra seconds signal composure. They show you're in no rush to prove yourself. Here's the secret most men miss. The magic of silence doesn't always happen in the moment. It happens later. It happens when she's home replaying your interaction. When she remembers the way you looked at her without scrambling for words. When she lies awake, wondering what you were thinking. That's when desire grows. That's when she leans in emotionally. Your words should be treated like money. If you hand them out freely, they lose value. If you use them sparingly, they carry weight. Think of the men remembered through history. Warriors, leaders, kings. They weren't remembered for endless chatter. They were remembered for a handful of lines that cut deep. Their restraint gave their words power. Yours can too. This isn't just about dating. This is about identity. Most men tie their sense of existence to their output. They're talking, they're performing, they're chasing. But real presence is felt without output. Real presence doesn't need validation. Think of the most magnetic man you've ever encountered. He didn't need to dominate the room with chatter. He was the room. His stillness bent the energy around him. That's the presence you must cultivate. You're not here to be her entertainment system. If she wants endless stimulation, she has TikTok. You're here to be the man who carries a rare energy, depth, stillness, presence. Yes, she may tease you. She may push for more. She may try to force you into over-explaining yourself. That's a test. Most men cave. The man who holds his calm becomes unforgettable. Because she realizes she can't shake him. She can't predict him. She can't consume him all at once. And that realization makes her crave him more. So stop over-explaining. Stop rushing to fill gaps. Stop treating silence like a problem. Start seeing silence as a tool. Start using it as a weapon. Start living in it until it feels natural. When you master this, something shifts. She'll replay your silence more than she'll replay your words. She'll feel your presence more deeply than she'll recall your stories. And she'll crave the mystery she can't quite solve. Because, brother, silence backed by strength is the loudest message a man can ever send. Not because you're handsome, but because your calmness is the rarest currency in a chaotic world.